and see if I can. Can I share the screen? Let's go first. Okay, so we're here.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure how it sounds on stream.
Well, I will have you to shut up so I can hear.
Okay.
Okay, you are a bit too quiet, or I am a bit too loud.
Bit too quiet. Let me see.
Yeah, actually, just reduce my volume.
Oh, okay, okay. Right. I assume game is going well. Okay.
Yes.
So I'm going to try sharing the screen with you, and hopefully.
I mean, on the other hand, you don't need. I don't actually need sound to.
Okay. I mean, do you want me to stop the one in your screen?
Yeah, just stop the transmission.
Okay. Let's see. If it goes at some point.
Started? Yeah.
If it gets at some point, I don't know. Fuck. Laggy, then you tell me and we can do the transmission and all that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have to keep the chat here. Not going to. Okay. Okay. Let's go in. 21. Not bad. That's not much. Okay. Chugging more monsters.
I had 17 when I logged in.
I mean,
like,
which hour they freed the servers? More like
30 minutes after you went bitch.
I mean, I was wow. Still, I would have still had to go to bed because you can't expect me to analyze shit if I haven't slept. Sorry.
I know, but it was actually funny. Like, you go batch, and then I see a message at 9:15 the servers come up.
Okay. Right. Glimmer of the Past. That's check to roll. Oh, going to solution 9. Okay. Let's go. Okay. I actually don't know why I started running when I can just use the fucking etherite. Right, let's see. Neon Stain.
We are creatures of habit.
Yeah. Hello, Arenville. Right. Oh. I was almost scared, and it's just a Reaper's portal. Okay. Do I have to talk with everyone first, or just go to talk? Just go talk.
I did.
Oh, okay.
Like, I talked to everyone. I think I did at least. And took the screenshots, so I have the whole MSQ.
No, but this is the dialogue from the previous patch. Okay, so go to Kryl, Glimmer of the Past. Okay, let's see. Get away from my screen, Catman. Okay.
You will not be afforded such luxury.
Sad. Shirin, your timing could not have been better. If you have a moment, we have some things we'd like to share, okay? Excellent. We will just wait for Lama T. She should arrive shortly. Okay, Chewin, glad to see you. Glad to see you here too. Can't speak today, fuck's sake. Hello, Lamat.
You just woke up.
And speak of the devil, let's catch each other up, shall we? Right, I'll go first if nobody minds. Okay. I've been back in Tuliol and spoke with Koana. I told him all about the records left behind by Gulolja's mother, as well as Fiend's reappearance. We decided they should remain in the dome until things settle down more. Okay. But while I'm Gulolja's guardian, I'm also a foreign ruler. I'll have to take care not to appear as though I'm meddling in Alexandrian politics. That's all for me. If you ask me, we should be meddling in Alexandrian politics, but... Not the politics, just the whole thing about the hijacking the underworld and all that, but I suppose that counts as politics? I don't know. As for the rest of us, we've been keeping track of this news Fiend. She has been making regular appearances before the people. I was going to say the public, but I kind of like the same. And each time she does, she encourages them to become endless. Alas, much else about her remains a mystery, including why she's chosen to reveal herself now. On our end, we confirm that only those who are in regulators have had their knowledge of Queen Fiend's death altered. Figures. Someone must have tampered with the devices to remove any and all memories of the event, though we haven't yet identified the perpetrator. Given recent events, Fiend's the chief suspect. Many believe that the Queen of Reason is alive and well, and remember her funeral as a memorial for those lost in the attack. Needless to say, this has proven confusing for those with more accurate recollections. We'll carry on with our investigation. I'll head to Earth and Sky. Okay, we're going back to going to the real underground thing. Well, and coordinate with our people here. There, whatever. I actually didn't read that word there. There's one other matter. The highlight of this gathering, you may say. We'd like you to meet a certain someone. By all means, who's this person now? In the break room, she is unwell, and Gestol and Alice has been tending to her. They'll be able to explain things. I want to see how she's doing, so I'll come too. So, these guys have been having this poor girl here, and they not say the thing to me. Okay, fuck you too. Okay.
What do you mean?
I mean that, you know, I'm sort of, it's like end of who's there? Which one of you is there in chat? Cobb, okay. Hello, Cobb. I was going to be, it was like between you and Ayumi, I was not sure. Right, so I was basically saying that they left us with that fucking cliffhanger in 7.1, and the implication is that they've been having the poor girl here all this time, and I'm like, now you tell me! F. F, but yeah. Let's see. I mean, I can't say what's going. I can't say what Ayumi is going to think afterwards. I only know that Elli was screaming in DMs, and you side on my DMs, and I told you not a word if it's about the batch. So not sure what's going to what fresh hell is going on here.
Just so you know, I was literally screaming in DMs.
Okay. With good and bad, okay. But I mean, as don't give me. Okay. let's continue because because if nothing to be is to be stuck here in what the hell? Why is everyone like looking at me? Okay, the break room is at the end of the hallway through that door. We can go whenever you're ready. Okay. Da-da-da. Okay, I suppose now I have to talk to everyone, except you. Much as I look to you, I can't speak today, fuck's sake. Much as I love you, I
the
love
first time, Cobb. The first time.
Much as I love to join you in the break room, I'd rather not overwhelm our guest with too many faces. Better to keep investigating the activities of our new fiend. It's a shame I don't have a kick emote. Anyways. Alfina and Nerville had taken...
I mean, you can... I think you can kick him in the balls with the sulk emote.
I don't want to look like I'm sulking in front of him, but in fact, I can just trick him into believing that this is going to be shippy and be like, not quite.
I think it was the sulk one.
Fuck. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Taking upon themselves to attend to the people of Alexandria, full many are still struggling to deal with recent events, and they hope to make a difference. Okay. And yes, Gob, I have to speak to the Catman, even though I very much don't want to, but I have to for Loreline's sake. Right. There's no one else, right? Well, I suppose there's an old here, but... Oh, okay. That's the same dialogue. Yeah, I mean, it's the only way I can kick him, but I want a proper kick emote. That I would abuse the hell out of that for kicking the Catman every time it goes in my... Okay, let's go. Paper tape. Doo-doo-doo. Hello.
What is she doing here? We just heard she was busy spreading talk of becoming endless among the Alexandrians. What's going on here?
She is not who you think she is. Not the Queen of Reason, who has made a miraculous return, but an individual of flesh and blood, possessed of a soul.
Uh-huh. Well, flesh and blood.
We chanced upon her in living memory, but she collapsed before we could
What's
exchange
about that?
words. We decided to bring her here for now.
Her body was suffused with lightning ether, which caused a debilitating paralysis.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Ishtola reached out and informed me of her condition, and I came with a portsy as fast as I could. We're now waiting to see if the treatment was effective.
Okay, so it's more or less... They're likening it to elemental tempering, or shift of... Because tempering, I think, we have to kind of separate between the mental tempering, that we know that's Ultima's thing, right? And then there's the elemental shifting.
It's the 11th sickness.
The 11th
I
sickness.
mean, there is a book in Living Memory that says that she was suffering from 11th sickness.
Yeah. But the most
The last time we heard that she died.
Yeah.
But here she is. So.
I mean, so there's the whole ethereal shift that seems to be like when. There's the ethereal shifting balance when you're exposed to, let's say, a primal. But in this case, like, we already had that without primals in the first, because of the light. I mean, if you recall, going just into the empty is pretty much radioactive. So, 11th sickness seems to be the same case, such as the radiation of light in the first, which is purely elemental. But the mental aspect of it, we saw that in Pandemonium. I think I would tie the whole thing about the moment in which tempering became, as we know it, with the ethereal shift and the mental thing. Well, I was going to say it was with La Habrea because of the blueprint with Zodiark, but the thing with Zodiark is because Zodiark is a gestalt. So Zodiark doesn't have a will of one. It's the will of many expressed as one, but it's not like this one will, which is what overpowers you, you know? That's the whole thing. So I mean, they got the Renan, her team got the blueprint for Heidelin, stole that from the one from Zodiark. So if there was any sort of corruption from La Habrea into it, it should have got passed to the construction of Heidelin. That's the main thing. But Heidelin, the problem with Heidelin is that Heidelin is the will of one. She is the actual proper primal as we understand primals, not Zodiark, because Zodiark is a gestalt, you know. That's what I'm trying to explain, likely very poorly, but
I think Cobb was actually memeing there. But yeah, the 11 sickness is on the equal level as the light affliction.
Light affliction.
From the first? Yeah.
Okay, let's see.
Judging by her appearance, the circumstances of our encounter, and her extreme ethereal aspect, I am all but certain that she is the one from whom the Endless Sphere was created. The original Queen Sphere of Alexandria.
What? But how can that be possible? The real Sphere died of illness 4 centuries ago.
That's a fucking lie! Or maybe not, but...
I died.
Hello.
Whatever do you mean? I am not dead. I'm not. What is this place? Where is everyone? Otis and Zelenia? And who are you people?
Calm down. We mean you no harm. You've been unwell, and it wouldn't do to strain yourself.
Please, help me. I don't understand any of this.
Of course. But if I might confirm some things first. You are Queen Sphere of Alexandria, are you not?
Yes. Yes, I am.
And ere you awoke here, you were in another unfamiliar place. Is that correct?
I opened my eyes and saw a strange, dark room. Outside, there were towering buildings, clad in electrope.
Right, okay.
You slumbered at the heart of that city for many years, within a facility called the Meso Terminal. Many things have come to pass during that time, some of which you may find upsetting. Are you sure you wish to learn of them?
In that dark room, there was an electric casket designed to preserve its occupant in cold stasis.
Okay. Cold stasis. Okay.
Until the terminal and its systems were recently shut down. That was where you were kept, in all likelihood. Since the time of the Old Kingdom.
I understood half of
For
that.
4 centuries.
4 centuries, okay.
What? Do you speak true? I've been asleep for that long. 400 years.
Our records say that Queen Sphene succumbed to the rampant lightning energies unleashed during the storm surge. But it seems the truth is rather different.
To no one's surprise, apparently. I mean, am I the only surprise here? Like, it was like, so, you know, I said that ever since, like, you know, first release of Dawntrail, that the important thing, like the crucial thing that Dawntrail gives us is the fact that what we have doesn't have to be the truth, it could be lies. And that's the whole thing that prompted the whole revision of MSQ, which I couldn't have been doing without you, Elli, you know that. So, right now, this is basically confirmation. Fuck's sake, with the fucking bots and the... give me a moment. Okay. Yeah, I know. Bot, give me a moment. Fuck. Have to change to mod view, sorry. Did I ban the bot? Yes? Okay. Alright. So, where was I? Yeah, the whole MSQ revision. And it's like, finally, we got one piece of confirmation on that. Like, it was implication in the previous patches, in the expansion in 7.1. Now this is confirmation, right? I don't know if I'm making any sense. I'm starting to ramble.
I actually don't remember when at MSQ I DM'd you the first time there.
I don't know.
But yes.
Actually. But
I mean, you can't know, and I forgot. But yes.
okay, let's see. What do you mean MSQ has been a lie so far? Okay. What would Otis do if he were here? What can I do? Hey Lamat, the original Queen Sphene. We'll tell her what she wants to know. Then we'll decide what we need to do. Okay, that was enlightening. But, well. Hello, Shale. We turned up her chamber when we searched the Meso Terminal. Safe to say, none of us had anticipated this development. I'll say, to wake up alone in the distant future and seemingly by no choice of your own. You can hardly blame her for reacting as she did. The treatment may have been effective, but the road ahead for her remains uncertain. I just look at this poor girl, and the first thing that comes to my mind in terms of her reactions, the worse the situation, is Asm.
Yep. I mean, we've been drawing the parallels there.
I mean,
and I just imagine the Asm's reaction, realizing what's happening.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's what I got that feeling by the end of 7.1. Like, you know that. That's one of the things I was like, okay, I don't know if she is a shard of Asm. I don't know if she is, and I don't know who exactly she is. All I know is that this scene is immediately making me think of Asm. And of course,
I mean, to be honest,
there's also the fact that it's not just, give me just a moment. It's not just that. It's also that first, I've had people, Greek mythology experts, telling me, like DMing me, that Sphene, in this aspect, AI Sphene, right, is actually according to them, it's, how should I explain it, because I'm not the expert here, but there was, so let me, in ancient Greece, there was, I don't know if it's an island or a place exactly, but there's like, let's say the temple at Eleusis, but I don't, likely I'm going to pronounce it wrong, but which had a particular cult regarding Persephone and Demeter. So, for context, usually in Greek, this is going to sound like a ramble, but apologies, because he really kind of discussed Greek mythology a bit here. So, usually when it comes to fertility and stuff, the worshipping rites and stuff regarding spring and fertility, well, the Greeks didn't have many. The Greeks didn't have many rites and temples to Hades, because, I mean, it's not like they necessarily disliked him. It's that they were not fond of the whole thing about dying. So Hades' god had a very few rites, because the Greeks were scared of him, in the sense of not invoking him, as to not draw his attention to them, because you're kind of drawing the attention of death there, you know? But when they worshipped the aspects of fertility and the cycle of rebirth and spring and the seasons, rather spring, it's like the rites of spring, they would in this aspect worship together Hades as Pluto, because that's his aspect of god of the earth and fertility, and Persephone. It was a joint worship. However, in Eleusis, there was a specific cult. It was like a sect in which they worshipped in this aspect Persephone and Demeter instead, right? So this is basically called. Screw you, cop. This is basically called. It was basically called the Eleusinian Mysteries. It was like a rite and all that. And the thing about that rite, about the whole thing about Persephone and Demeter, it basically goes like Persephone is the one who sows the seeds, because that's basically her role mainly, and Demeter is who harvests the seeds that Persephone sows, right? And this sect was very particular in that it was believed, the initiates of Eleusis believed that this cult to the two goddesses of Persephone and Demeter instead of Hades and Persephone was going to give them immortality. So right now, with this whole shit going, with the whole eternal life and shit, I'm very much reminded of what this person told me about the cult, to specifically Persephone and Demeter instead of the fertility cults of Hades and Persephone, if it makes sense. This sounds like a mouthful, but I'm bringing up Persephone here because there's another thing, because this person told me that Sphene, AI Sphene, was following so closely the myth of the Eleusinian mysteries, and so take it as you will. I'm not the expert in Greek mythology here. I just read things and hear people telling me things. So I mean, but there's also the thing that we mentioned more, at least once or twice, that the letters of the name Sphene, you can find them in the name Persephone. So right now I'm like, and there's also the green eyes, the sort of hair color themes, you know. So that's her outfit when in Queen Sphene mode, you know, the royal outfit, that kind of sometimes remind me of a flower or a plant. So all of these things is like, okay, yeah, I'm finished with the rant. You can continue. Ellie, are you there?
Yes.
So,
Hi.
yeah, it was. If you wanted to comment anything.
Oh no,
I mean, you're the
was
Greek
listening,
one. I
but-
feel like I'm explaining your mythology to you, and it's awkward.
I mean, it may be my mythology, but I haven't studied that. So I would need to read up on that stuff myself before I
Right.
can lecture people. But yeah. But I think through our research we already knew about this special code. But also, while you were explaining, I was reminded of a Lawline's episode about that one gate that Aeneas was talking about.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And that
Rakasnar.
concept.
Rakasnar. Yeah.
Yes.
A place where a place where death is meaningless, basically. Yeah. I mean, I don't know
Exactly.
the details
But-
because I don't know that much of 11, but
Exactly. But here in this cutscene that is coming, pay close attention.
okay.
Not necessarily for just law, but in general. the cutscene, how it's
I
made.
pay attention to everything. Stop on everything.
I know, but there was something that just... It felt good. Like, they actually changed direction in camera settings and such.
Okay. Okay.
Like-
Okay.
Like, no
Right.
videography was done here.
Okay. Right. Let me read here. I do not believe that you're lying. So please tell me everything that has happened. Everything. Very well. But let us do so with care, lest we cause you undue strain. Now, while I should like more of us to assist. It isn't practical to gather everyone, so we'll summon Grahatia and Kryl for now. Please no.
I know this has all been a lot to take in, but how are you feeling? Physically, I mean.
Much better now, thanks to Y'shtola and Alisei's ministrations. In fact, I can scarcely remember the last time I felt so hale.
I have respect for her because she pronounced Y'shtola's name as you should pronounce it. That's extra points. Good job.
I know not how to repay them, not only for coming to my aid, but for telling me about my kingdom besides.
I don't think they're ones to keep score. Isn't that right?
I go for Alice. Twins.
I went for the
She's known
third
those two
option.
for a long time. You can trust in her judgment.
I don't want to go for the third option, you know, because aside from me not having been
Okay, it's the same dialogue.
attached, aside from not being myself attached to the Scions beyond Alfina and Alice, you know my opinion regarding what we may be heading to, and if that's true, it's going to be a test then. As for who is going to stand by us, you know? And I don't think it's...
I mean, yeah, but as of right now...
I mean, for now, yeah, but...
That option holds true.
For now, yeah, but
I know.
You know how I think, and I tend to go a bit ahead of... Anyways. And be madcap, of course.
Besides, you help to prove
As
that
per
the treatment
usual.
works here as well. With this success, they'll be able to help others in Alexandria who suffer from the same illness. Few things could make them happier.
I see. Full glad am I to know that we may cure the affliction.
This is fucking
after so
Shadowbringers.
long.
This is again Shadowbringers.
Like, I was happy they actually addressed that, bringing Alice here for the 11th sickness.
Yeah, but it's going back to Shadowbringers. It's like it can be even more obvious. Well, I suppose it can be more obvious, but
I know,
because
but
every time I say it can be more obvious, there always comes something that makes it more obvious.
So very long. I steeled myself having been warned, but it's difficult to come to terms with everything.
Sphene? Maybe going out and seeing it would help. Alexandria as it is now.
Help.
Oh, great idea. There's no substitute for seeing things with your own eyes. That said, there is a chance that you'll run into the other Sphene. Still want to take a look, even so?
It would be a lie to say I do not feel anxious, but I wish to walk among the people, to hear their voices and learn about their realm.
So this is not subtle. This is one of the things that's actually not subtle. You know?
First quest, by the way.
Was that the moment when you said Meow you have to stream? And
I don't think so.
Okay. Okay, we can go together.
Truly, I would be honored.
So here's the thing: if she's actually a shard of Asum, if she is. And it's like, we can go together, imagine that. And this, the first thing I thought when it's like, we can, you know, why don't you join me and all that? The first thing I thought is the Spider-Man meme pointing at each other.
I think I had the same thought.
Then allow us to show you the sights.
Thank you, Wuklamot.
Oh, okay. It was a very it was a very 13.2 sound effect. But I'm going to just to leave it at that. I mean, sound effects are not, you know, limited to one game or not, but I just want to put there that it was very much between 13.2 and Line Returns. I'm like, this sounds familiar. Okay, Sphene asked me to not to call her by her title. I understand why, but it feels strange. Matt, come on, we'll give Sphene the grand tour. Okay. Okay, Sphene. Thank you as well, Shiwin, for your kindness. The endless Sphene. You knew her, did you not? It may take time for both of us to come to terms with this situation, myself especially. But I recognize that I must. I may still be here, but the world I knew is gone. There we go again with the fucking night worlds. Night world. What the fuck is the night world? Oh. It was the same currency in Shadowbringers. Then Walker went back to Aldegan and now back to Night World. Alright. Tenacity, skill speed, spell speed. I'm going to go with spell speed. Right, anything else? No. In a sense, there's another thing that this whole thing is making me think of, you know? Not necessarily, well, it's kind of... I mean, we're talking Asum here, but at the same time talking Asum, it's an iffy term, in the sense of Asum doesn't just refer to our ancient self, because Asum is just a title, and Hades himself is also Asum. So when we're making these things and she's like, you knew this version of me, and it may take time to grow used to that. One of the things that was kind of like at the back of my mind when reading that was, this could be a possible reference to meeting alternate timeline Hades as well. As in, it would be strange for both. I mean, more for us, but because in his case, it would be, you know, the first time meeting us in a sense. But I don't know. It's just a thought that I got on the back of my hand, back of my mind. So yeah. I'm talking about 8.0, Cobb, not right now. Alright. Memories of a bygone age. Okay, let's see. No, not too soon. Alright, let's see. Too soon? What? This is soon. 8.0 is going to be next year. If we're heading out, I should put on more suitable attire. There's a modern outfit on the items Shale has brought for me, I believe. You would wait outside. I should only need a moment. Alright, take your time. Oh, okay, here. I mean, I could tell you the threads and your shippy shirts, but...
I low-key still can't get over the fact that Foxlot's shirt reminded me of FF7's logo.
Oh. I'm still stuck on the Ifrit shirt. That was not so. But I'm not referring to that shirt. I'm referring to the one he wore for one of the earlier Q&As or whatever stream it was. The one with the reverse skull. Remember that one? And then he's been wearing that fucking pendant with the key with the skull in the handle. That one is the thing that is like that one is like okay, there's Subble and there's that. Okay, let's see. I haven't gone outside in a while. Shell decrypted more of my mother's records, so I've been spending a lot of time reading them. And tell me more, man. Okay, Lamad, let's see. Even if she can walk, she's still far from fully recovered. We have to take care not to push her too hard. Okay. Ishtal and Alice left for the government sector. They wanted to discuss how to go about treating those afflicted with lightning. Admirable. I don't know how they keep going with so much of a short break. A short break! I really can't speak today.
Apologies for keeping you waiting. I've never worn such clothing before.
Looks good. Looks actually quite good. Very golden. If you wanted to keep underlining the awesome shit, you're just doing a phenomenal job with it.
Oh, that really suits you.
I'm not sure what to say here. I don't want to tell her that she looks like a different person, but I'm not sure if I would compare it with an for something.
I took the third.
Okay, fine.
For one so well traveled to say that, I feel confident it's perfect for exploring the city.
A moment before you head out. Circumstances being what they are, we thought it best to come up with a way to distinguish you from the other Sphenes, and we should probably settle on this now rather than later.
I suppose it could get pretty confusing.
First, we propose calling you simply Sphene. As for the former Queen of Reason, Endless Sphene should suffice.
What about the new one who's been addressing the citizens?
Despite being the spitting image of Endless Sphene, we know she's a different entity. So we were thinking of calling her a simulant, after imitation stones.
This is making me think of duplicates, and I don't like it. I mean, not necessarily because... I mean, it's not exactly enlightened exchange, so I'm thinking that it could... I think they might be trying to tell me something different with this exchange. But I don't know. I'm too early, so I will have to make a pin. I have to put a pin on this and see if I have to revisit.
I found it interesting they said it's named after imitation stones.
Yeah. But this makes me think makes me think of duplicates and okay.
I see. Well, they're definitely not the same. And that's as good a way as any to draw a distinction. But what do you think, Sphene? Is that all right with you?
Rest assured, I have no objections. When I am in the city, however, I intend to keep both my face and name secret. For the people of today's Alexandria know only the endless Sphene.
We're sorry to subject you to such ignominy.
No, I myself would rather not invite complications, so it is quite all right. Thank you for your concern,
That's a nice reference to the white mage hood of Garnet in in 9, the spikes. Also looks like a crown, so it also tracks. You know, in a similar shape of what you would represent as a simplified crown. You know, right now it's upside down, but just turn it like as you would see with the hood on, it would be like a crown. Right. Okay.
Let us be off then. I am in your capable hands.
That you are. First, we'll head to the entrance of Solution 9.
Good idea. We should start from scanning Port 9. I'll do my best to explain things.
Sorry. Right. Where the fuck do I have to go? Right. Could just... Oh, fuck, of course I went the wrong way. Oh, right, this thing. So you've been to really well. Have you were able to meet your friend? I think it was. Things were a bit awkward at first. You're still so young after all, but before long we were talking up a storm. We had so much fun, just like old times. Okay, more paradox effect shenanigans. So this is Alexandria. Despite being inside the tower, it feels as though I'm out in the open. And though the sights are nothing like I remember, the electrope is still everywhere I look. It is a strange yet familiar place. Okay. The lady wants to talk with Lamati, so while they're busy, I'll tell you about what we can see from here. Is there any place that interests you? There are so very many, I can't decide where to begin. Then why don't we let Shiwin choose? Well, of course, I'm going to be the one choosing. Yeah. The lady taken to Lamati just came back for Tuliol. It was her first time since being trapped in the barrier 30 years ago. She has family in Alexandria now, so she had to return. But the terrain made it safe and easy for her to make the journey, and it's all thanks to everyone's hard work. There was once a railroad connecting Alexandria and neighboring Lindblom, but operations were suspended when the relations deteriorated. Eventually, the tracks were removed entirely. To see that the railroad now connects us to our new neighbors is gratifying. Especially considering that our history began with war, with Alexandria the aggressor. I love being right. No, to be fair,
I hate being right because I'm right too often.
That's a fair point. Sometimes that's creepy. And I've been creeped out more than once in this fucking game.
Right.
But then again, this is. I mean, I'm like, it's it's not so much the whole thing about. It doesn't really surprise me. You know, we've been talking about this a lot, but it's more like, in hindsight, it's so obvious because if you know Final Fantasy IX story, Alexandria is the one who started the attack on Lindblom and Burmecia and Clara. So when in MSQ she was like, no, but they attacked us and unleashed the weapons on us, and I was like, I don't remember this being this way in 9. I mean, they could flip things, but it's one of these things that's like that's not how I remember
I
things.
was about to say they could have just they could have put a spin to the to the events and everything, to the story.
Yeah, but
so therefore it could have been true, but it's way too sus.
Yeah.
And now we're proven right to be sus.
In continuing to strive for peace, Tuliol's leaders have shown great magnanimity. I can't help but be moved. And no one comments on that, so it's basically leaving the player with make your own conclusions. But then again, knowing anyway. Well, I'm not going to spoil 9 for you if you want to play it co-op. It's a fantastic, phenomenal game. So I would highly encourage you to play it. Right. If you tune to Lane Note 9, you can teleport back to here anytime you want. You can also use it to teleport to other locations in Division 9. It makes it easy to get around. That's the mode that travel that utilizes ether currents, yes? We had the same in my time, but when the storm surge broke out, such nodes were sealed off to prevent enemy use. Right, so like, that's similar to what Garlemald did with the people of Tertium, did with that etherite there, right?
Or in Rasatan as well.
Yeah, Rasatan as
because
well.
it became too dangerous for use.
Ilmur too, you have to get the authorization for using that one as well. And after the war, the ethereal balance across the entire world had collapsed. Not only was travel outside the barrier ill-advised, the act of teleportation itself had become dangerous. We had to abandon the nodes altogether.
And here's the interesting thing. How did they come up with the same concept? Of having those nodes, etherite. If it's a completely unrelated shard, you know?
I don't think anything is unrelated at this point, especially if we're dealing with agents that
I know.
can space-time travel and meddle with shit. So...
I know, hence why I'm saying if it's unrelated, then how.
I was musing on that the other night. I was like, in this scenario in which we may be dealing with agents that can traverse the expanse of space-time entirely and change past, present, and future. It feels, I was thinking, then time is meaningless, because at any point, any time, they are altering things. What is no longer the sense of past or present or future if you are connecting everything together, if it makes sense. I mean, I'm not good analyzing time fuckery. My only experience with with dealing with time fuckery and this sort of dilemmas is 13.2. So I'm not an expert, but coming from 13.2, any sort of doing this certain combining timelines, linking this timeline with this one and this one, I know how it ends, and it's not good. So I'm eyeing all of this like we're pretty much screwed. So, okay, right. Okay. So what they're basically saying is, because teleportation uses the currents of the underworld, so basically you're saying that it fucks the underworld in a manner that it's no longer safe to teleport. That's what I'm understanding. Could be wrong, but that's my understanding of this. Disheartening to see them available for the use of one and all. One and all. That's again that line. That's one line that you can associate in context, in meaning, to both Zodiac and Asum as one and all. Because that's what Zodiac represents in Ivalice, and that's what Asum in a sense is as the whole circle of the constellations, as the sun is the one who travels. Anyways, that's a bit long. I explained it the other day. There are a lot of different shops at the Nexus Arcade selling everything you need. It's always full of people out doing their shopping. The Endless Fiend gave Shirin and Lamati a tour of the place. I remember watching them from the distance. The castle town I knew had a main thoroughfare that was lined with shops. Whenever I visited, the citizens would come and speak with me about matters great and small. Just like that lady is doing now with Glamat. Yeah. At this point, if she is not a shard of Asum, she is meant to represent Asum. At this point, I think.
Yeah, because if that's really her, then she would have to die for us to get the soul shard. If she's Asum.
Yeah, but depends on.
So that's either in.
Yeah, but it depends, on the whole thing about, is this in our timeline from whichever shards she comes from, which jury's still out on, thing between 12th and 9th, and if it's the 12th, it should have been already rejoined, so her shard, if she comes from there, it's one shard that we already have. But if this is a different timeline that came this whole thing from, then that's a replication of her soul, and therefore all our soul. So this whole thing is a mess that right now I'm not sure I can untangle. So this is the thing, like, that for now, I don't really want to make any assumption on the whole exact... I don't want to start digging too much, because I don't know enough to make any solid conclusion. All that I can be certain of anything is that there's time fuckery afoot, but I don't know exactly how. This is why I can see, in a sense, quote unquote, where things are going for 8.0 and to some degree 9.0, because the threads are leading towards that. But what I'm so interested is in Dawntrail as of now, how it develops, because I have no idea how we're going to get to that point, you know? That's the thing that confuses me. I've rambled to you so often, but it's this transition that it's confusing to me, and what's going to be the thread that leads us from this to this. And this is what I don't want to... I'm avoiding any assumption on Dawntrail patch content, aside from very specific things that should have to happen, but I don't know how or when. So that's the thing. I don't know if I'm making any sense. Right. In the government sector, there's a counter where citizens can get matched to jobs. There's also a soul exchange, but no one goes there much these days since there aren't many souls in circulation. I don't really like that line. Many souls. I mean, it's good in this context, but there are many souls in circulation in extrapolating that to other situations. It's so, you know, it's like fuck.
And in general, many souls in circulation, as if they are actually used up and then disappear.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. I'm unsure how I feel about regulators and the treatment of souls as a resource. I understand the grief of those who have lost loved ones and the desire to escape the sorrow of death. That concept, that context, the sorrow of death, it's like you're combining the two. Anyways, you know where I'm going into, but it's like, okay. Even so, I would never wish to forget my parents, Otis, Selenia. I want to remember them all. I'm reluctant to impose my personal beliefs upon others, though. So Otis, of course, is Steiner, so I wonder if Selenia is Beatrix, like the equivalent of Beatrix?
Yes.
I will have to check etymology later on the name. Right. Thanks for your help, Shiwin. I hope Queen Sphene, I mean just Sphene, will feel at home here one day. The joy of spying stars between fine gaps in the clouds is absent here, but 'tis a fine thing to be sheltered from the thunder and rain. Okay. Fuck's sake. Sorry about that. I got a little carried away with the conversation. It's alright. Shiwin and I told her about the places we can see from here. Really? That's great. Right then, why don't we stroll through the residential sector and then stop at Mosaic? We can take a break there. Right. What should I get? I understand this cafe was named for different races who appear as a mosaic of colors when they gather here. What an inspired idea. We've been walking for a while, so let's rest our feet, huh? The drinks are on me. Okay. Svi and Shirin, the two of you go ahead and order first.
So many different drinks. I can't decide. Ooh. I'll have this, please. A Dali coffee. That's a reference to Dali. Give me a moment. Right, Dali village. That's spoiler ahead. Dali village is the town with the factory of black mages underneath, beneath the windmills. In fact, fucking windmills.
Of course. I should warn you though. Dali beans are an older variety known for their strong bitterness. Still want one?
The bitterness is the best part. Have you decided as well?
No, and I can't deal with bitter taste, but I don't know if I don't know exactly. But I'm not Shiwin. I mean, so I'm like, if it were me, I would go for the sweet one. But can I just have a monster, please? Like the one I'm having now. Okay, I'm going to sacrifice myself for making her feel not alone.
Two Dali coffees then. The beans make for dark roasts that are quite aromatic. I find the sharp flavour invigorating, though a dash of milk can be a wonderful complement.
I'll have your drinks ready in a moment.
They're certainly well liked. It's a wonderful feeling, spending time with the people. But they're not my people anymore, are they? Their city, their way of life, even the ground upon which they tread. I am a stranger to it all. The weight of the long years is finally beginning to sink in.
Your Majesty, is that you?
Well,
Well, I'm sorry to disappoint, but I am not Queen Sphene. though I'm often told we look alike.
There you are. How many times have I told you not to go off alone? I'm sorry he bothered you, Mom. Come now, we're going home.
Bye! Not Queen Sphere!
I do not know that boy, nor does he know me. No one does.
No one. Okay.
Another harsh reminder that I have no place here. Yet, no matter how much things have changed, I am happy. I am. For Alexandria has endured. Our sacrifice was not in vain. Even so, I cannot help but feel lonely.
There we go with the themes of there we go with the themes of loneliness. Okay. My stream is doing things, but okay. And I don't know if it's streaming well or not. Are you still there, Elli?
Yeah, I'm here, but sometimes the stream is lagging. Hence, I'm actually glad you're not
Oh.
transmitting on Discord as well.
Oh, look at that. Oh. Oh. No! Come back! Sad. I wanted to give the pet to the clockwork Hades. That's a quest name. To take a screenshot of that because I can't believe it. Forgive me, I didn't mean to darken the mood. Still, I feel better for having shared my feelings with you. Thank you. I'm sorry I'm not being much of a guide. I don't usually get approached this often. It's quite alright. The people have been through so much. It's only natural for them to seek comfort and assurance from someone they trust. Besides, I was able to relax with a delicious cup of coffee and have a lovely chat with Shiwin. I appreciate your understanding. Right then, and where to next? We could take a look inside the Nexus arcade, but it can probably wait for when we actually need something. In that case, let's head back to the recreation zone. There's plenty to see on True View. Okay, so basically, right now, we're taking her to the quote-unquote real part of Solution 9. Because this part of here, I've been musing on that, and the west side of Solution 9 seems to be like the most fancy, one and all that. And then there's the east side of Solution 9, which is like the almost like a bit like the slums. I know it's a recreation zone, but you go around and there's a lot like the trash and all that. Also, the quest name for the Arcadian has just made me green like an idiot.
I did actually not check that yet.
The quest name. Souls
I have
Under
not started
Siege?
that yet, so I have no idea.
Souls Under
Oh
Siege?
yeah, true. That
That's
was
the
in
theme name for Final Fantasy 13 for Even Under Siege. I'm like... Hello, Nashu. Alright, let's see. Hey, are you alright? Okay, seems like this guy is in trouble. What are you wearing, sir? Oh, it's a maiden gear, okay. He was this way when we arrived. He looks pale. We need to find a place for him to rest. Thank you. I was on my way to tend to some business when the memory of being killed here became floating back. The danger has passed, but the terror lingers. For all the comfort I offer others in my work, I can't seem to comfort myself. I see. When the soldiers attacked, he may be physically none the worse for wear, but unseen wounds also require time to heal. The regulators and souls they use to spare themselves the horror of death ended up subjecting them to it over and over again. If we'd come to their aid sooner. Okay. Well, we're here now. We're gonna offer this man the comfort he can give himself. I can't. It's just all these themes we've been discussing over and over, and I feel like. Well,
You have no idea. I was screaming in your DMs for a reason.
Okay. Thank you, I feel better already. Your encouragement was exactly what I needed. Oh, but where are my manners? My name is Malakith. I'm an usher. Malakith. Okay, so that's green, and that's rusted copper. Basically, it's copper rust. It turns green. Anyways, I'm a bit of a mineral nerd. Sorry. An usher. They're the ones who came to those without long to live, right? But given everything that's happened, I expect your duties have changed. That's correct. We no longer attend to the dying. It's only after they have passed away in their family's care that we convey their remains to a government storage facility. Well, now they basically funerary agents, which is good, but okay. A storage facility? What for? Henceforth, we must inter the disease, but as the specifics are undecided, the bodies must be kept in cold storage for the time being. Are they going to keep... I mean, we do that, but... I mean, in our society we keep the bodies for a time in a fridge. But the thing is that with the themes of Shadowbringers is the whole thing you were about eating them and all that,
There is, I think, even more at play later on.
Okay.
Which I actually didn't think about,
them,
but just
but
now...
the thing, not eating
now
them
made
per
actually
se.
sense. Yes, but...
I didn't know. I heard that there were graveyards over by the submerged city, but like funerals, burial customs must be long forgotten. Did you have usher duties? If so, we could help. I'm not actually here in an official capacity, so I am loath to trouble you further. But since you ask, I shall explain why I come. I've taken to deliver the personal effects of the departed to their families. Even though their memories have been entrusted with Cloud, I still remember where they once lived. That was a way to render that line. that was a choice! Am I seeing too much into shit, or is it just that it was a slap in the face, Elli?
The stream is not there yet, but there is
Okay, fuck it.
enough.
My internet is doing things, so...
It's a bit delayed, but I will get there eventually.
Well, that, by the end of the line. Fucking... Am I seeing things, or this is this doesn't have any subtlety? This is a direct.
With the remember me line?
Remember we once lived. It's like this is a choice. This has to be a choice.
I know. But Meowth, let them cook.
And this guy's an usher, is one of these people that, you know, tend to the dying. It's like... Okay, let's continue. The rule was to dispose of any belongings. To do anything else was strictly forbidden. Okay. But it saddened me to see them discarded like waste, so I began secreting away what I could. Okay. Of course, I understand that not everyone shares my sentiments, and I leave it to the families to decide what to do with these items. Some accept my deliveries, others reject them. Whether I'm doing the right thing, I cannot say, but I feel the family should be given a choice. Thank you for mentioning giving choices. And my stream is doing things. Why the hell is my stream doing things? Is it today's connection, or just... I don't know, really. But I don't want to stop recording. You know, there's another thing.
Maybe it's because you have the stream up as well. That makes it a bit iffy right now.
Yeah, you know what we could do, however? I could stop here and instead, because my Twitch is not going to allow me to keep the highlight because of the storage limit and all that. I could stop transmission here and go for recording, which is different, and then maybe on my YouTube channel.
I mean, isn't highlight storage different from the actual storage that you have?
There's a limit of time you can store things on Twitch. So, and I'm off the limit on my channel, so I think I could stop transmission. I could record this playthrough instead, and then later on